So what happened is out in Minnesota, there's a nurse who is being shamed for her Christmas light display. Now, if you wanted to pull it up, I'm not sure how you would do that. I'm sure if you keyword searched Minnesota nurse Christmas light display, it would probably come right up. That's an alarm. That doesn't count.
I'm pretty sure that because I heard this before Erica sent it to us. Like it was on major news stations.
Yeah. Her name is Kim Hung. She's from a town called St. Anthony. And basically, so there's nothing denominational about it. There's not like a cross or a baby Jesus. There's no nativity. But there is some shining lights. One thin row of shining lights along the lower gutter, and on the top half of the house. So it's like a colonial. There's a big green circle with a Santa Claus in the middle of it, and that's all lit up. Not crazy bright, but yeah, it's probably not LEDs, but they're nice lights. Which I think all of us can agree is completely inappropriate for 2020. And we're gonna read a little letter from a woman who explains just how inappropriate it is. This is actually a letter written to Miss Kim Hunt. Why is this thing's being bullshit right now?
Whatever you're ready, Pat. See, if you were here on time, we could have had all this ready.
I probably wouldn't have had it ready. I probably would have realized it.
You probably would have kept eating your breakfast.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, here we go. I had it ready. I had it saved. Fuck me. All right. So the letter reads like this. So this is just from a neighbor. This is a neighbor who's concerned about the Christmas lights.
This isn't our letter.
No, yeah. This is the letter that we are going to spend a egregious amount of time supporting. It says, I couldn't help but notice your Christmas light display. During these unprecedented times, we have all experienced challenges which casual words just don't describe what we're feeling. The idea of twinkling, colorful lights are a reminder of divisions that continue to run through our society, a reminder of systemic biases against our neighbors who don't celebrate Christmas or who can't afford to put lights up of their own. We must work on educating ourselves about the harmful impact an outward-facing display like yours can have. I challenge you to respect the dignity of all people while striving to learn from differences, ideas, and opinions of our neighbors. We must come together collectively and challenge these institutional inequalities. St. Anthony is a community welcoming of all people, and we must demand better for ourselves. That is the whole letter. So eloquent, so well put.
Did she sign her name at the end of that letter?
She did not. We don't have a name.
Oh, that's too bad. I mean, if you write something like that, you would really want to take credit for it.
Yeah.
I mean, after our response, maybe we should take credit for it.
Well, we are certainly going to join her fight.
All right.
So this is our response, which will be. So this whole thing is on Twitter. We're going to tweet on that twat. I don't really know how that works. We're gonna put our stuff in their stuff.
So just so that you know, Pat, there's too many. We'll figure something out, but there's too many letters here. You can only have like 180 letters when you tweet something.
I thought Twitter got rid of the character restriction.
No, they upped it.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, because like I said, this is 5 paragraphs.
Well, we could put a link, right?
We'll figure something out.
We'll put a link to our website and draw some traffic.
What we could do is just make this a clip.
We could.
I'm on it. All right, so here it goes. To the neighbor in question. Hi there, concerned neighbor. It's Tommy and Pat from the Number 9 Podcast, which is available both on iTunes and Spotify. We're writing in regard to your recent letter to the nurse in Minnesota who had a very thoughtless Christmas light display.
Firstly, allow us to mirror your sentiment on the topic of unprecedented times that we're facing. Casual words exchanged in typical everyday conversation would not do 2020 justice.
We've seen such a division between political parties that it's almost like we should have some type of multiple party system where the majority rules. Voting methods should be utilized to determine the party in charge.
Of course, this vote would have to be temporary as to create a balance, so let's just call it like a 4-year term.
Now we need to consider the densely populated areas such as New York City or Los Angeles would create an unfair representation for important groups such as farmers. So,
We really need to come up with a scoring system to tally the votes in a way that adequately represents a clear picture of each individual as being a small part of the big picture. You know what? We think that we'll refer to that as an electoral college.
That makes sense. But that's good.
We also agree that such an egregious display of festive lights could create a clear picture of the wealth gap from one home to the next.
It's incredibly unfair. Now we've taken all the logic that one could use in assuming that people living in the same neighborhood would likely have the same income level, and we've thrown it out the window.
In fact, we think that moving forward, no logic at all should be applied to this predicament. We shouldn't consider that the people who paid for the home and property should have individual rights to decorate it in a way that they see fit. What have they done to earn such willy-nilly liberties?
Additionally, we consider that perhaps this person decorated in an attempt to bring cheer to the aforementioned less fortunate folks who can see the lights while passing by and have a nice reminder of what the holiday season means to them individually.
Then, of course, Pat pointed out to Tommy that one year he didn't get exactly what he wanted for Christmas, and it's still pretty rough to be reminded of. By the way, it was a Barbra Streisand album that I didn't get.
Actually, he still hasn't gotten around to buying it for himself because it's too painful to reach out and grab it off the shelf at Walmart, where I think we all can agree the lights are far too bright.
Yeah, but speaking of lights, right? But we digress. The dignity of people was a point you brought up, respecting their dignity. We couldn't have your back more on this if we tried.
What American in their right mind thinks that they should have the right to exercise some
Indoctrinated,
big word, freedom of religion? We mean, really?
The balls on this woman to think that in a neighborhood named St. Anthony, it would be socially acceptable to display holiday lights, despite being a non-denominational display that truly, in no way whatsoever, shows any representation of any religion at all whatsoever.
Furthermore, please don't think that we missed the part where she left her garage door open, clearly flaunting her many pairs of shoes in a cabinet.
Who the fuck does this woman think she's bragging to about a cabinet that some folks could never afford to place in their homes? Of course, to see that, you would have to look past the basketball hoop in the driveway, which is obviously how this little hussy has been using her children as pawns in her vicious braggadocio, almost as if to say,
look at my family where we could play outdoors and create healthy personal habits while simultaneously throwing it in the faces of the impoverished. Ha! Don't even get us started on the fact that this family has 4 chairs in their front porch and a plethora of either bird baths or pots for plants.
Basically, what we're trying to say is that you're absolutely correct. You're not at all the Karen of the Year recipient for asserting your seemingly ignorant opinion into the ears of someone who never asked for it.
You don't seem like a moron in any way. We bet that your spouse isn't at all embarrassed to be seen in public with you.
Your kids probably want to grow up and be appropriately concerned citizens just like you.
Don't let the masses and droves of the people dissuade you.
You and us are correct, and the rest of humanity is obviously wrong.
We are terribly sorry for these people who are trying to portray you as some sort of arrogant, nosy, idiotic, unwelcome loser.
You shouldn't have to deal with such hard feelings in 2020.
Hopefully, they don't tell you how they feel and keep their opinions to themselves like good neighbors should.
We mean, after all, what you're doing isn't hurting anyone, so they should keep their fucking noses out of your business. With lots of love, we say good day.
The number 9 with Tommy team.
I like it.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
I
mean, it was quite long. I mean, I'm pretty sure it took up like a good 10 minutes of the show there. Well worth it. Worth it.
This, I think it's important for us to support this woman who's going to be picked on for just having an opinion and shoving it down people's throats.
Yeah. Can we give a real look on this now?
Can we what?
Can we give a real opinion on this now?
She's a fucking idiot.
Dude, like, what the fuck, man? Who does that shit, dude? Who does this shit?
She's offended by non-denominational holiday festive lights.
And the lights represent, what did she say?
She's basically saying it creates a wealth gap. Dude, it's crazy.
She said some. Oh my, she's fucking wild. This woman.
Listen, my brother has whatever type of epilepsies where like he can't go around strobe lights or he'll have seizures. And even he isn't offended by this woman's Christmas lights.
Yeah, I mean, let's get it together.